Good day, folks. Welcome back to Ed's Garage. Today we'll be replacing the 12-volt accessory battery in my mom's Hyundai Ioniq. Now the reason we're doing this is because Hyundai only has a 2-year warranty on the battery, and it's outside of that warranty. But on top of that, getting the battery from Hyundai right now is proving to be rather difficult. Third reason is because they're quite expensive. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting an aftermarket battery made by Everstart. They're a battery you can get at Walmart, and based on a lot of testing done by Project Farm, another YouTube channel you should check out. It's awesome. Project Farm has shown that the Everstart batteries are actually quite good for what you pay. So that's what we're going to be putting in today, but the problem is it's too big. So I'm going to do some modifications to make it fit. Let's check it out. All right, so basically, as you can see, we've got the accessory battery right there. And it's a little wee guy. It's only about 5 by 7.5 inches or so. This one here is the one that we're going to be putting in. So what we're looking at is a 26RN Everstart Max. Now as far as the width goes, as you can see, it's not much wider. It's a tiny bit wider, but it should fit within that little shell down there. But check this out, the depth is quite a bit more. So let's pull out this accessory battery and see what we need to do to make this work. Alright, so basically we need to loosen 3 different nuts here. So there's one on each of the battery terminals, of course, that have to be removed, or loosened rather. So that's a 10 mil on that one, 10 mil on this one over here. And it looks like it's actually 3 in there, but it's the one closest to the terminal that you got to loosen. And then finally, there is a third. That's a 12 millimeter down here, right there. That basically just clamps the bottom of the battery in place. Alright, so having a look at the sort of battery compartment here, you can see it's got a hook on this side, a little hook ledge. These are probably going to have to be shaved out. Yeah, let's see what it looks like if we just try to put it in there now. Huh, alright. It's actually not terrible. So, the little ledge right here does hook underneath that side of the battery. The terminals have plenty of space to connect to, but as you can see, it sticks out on this side quite far. So I think what we need to do is just trim away a little bit of this here, because it's actually going to fit perfectly beside those tabs, and it fits nicely on that side as well. So while I've got the battery in place, I'm going to go ahead and just mark off the spots where it needs to be trimmed back. You can see this part actually drops down. So it looks like all I need to do is just slice this part out, slice this little piece out here, and then once it's in place, I'm going to still have to figure out a way to actually secure the battery so that it's not flopping around. And I do have an idea for that. Alright, so full disclaimer, before you start cutting into your battery platform for your Ioniq, keep in mind that, you know, Hyundai may not like this. They may have a problem with you doing this sort of modification. So if your vehicle is still within warranty, you know, take a second thought as to whether or not you want to do this. Personally, I'm not worried about it. Hyundai won't actually void the entire warranty. They may only void a specific thing that is caused by what you're doing. I'm quite confident that this isn't going to cause any problems, so therefore I'm going to go ahead and do it. And it does eliminate the need for that aggravatingly small battery that Hyundai has decided to put in these vehicles. So Here it goes. Now I've decided to use a Dremel tool. Initially I was going to use a basically a multi-tool to cut through it, but I couldn't really get it in here. There wasn't quite enough space. With the Dremel, I can actually come in like this and just, take that out quite easily. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, now that I've completed turning plastic into a liquid and then back into a solid, let's see if it fits. I've cleaned it up a little bit. Initially I didn't think I'd have to trim this, but I did in order to make everything nice and flat. So let's go ahead and put the battery in. Give it a bit of a wobble and it looks good. Alright, so you'll notice there's actually a little lip on the back of the battery here as well. So there's a couple of options I was thinking of. I could either actually strap this in. There's a nut down or a bolt down here. I could make like a bracket that goes all the way around the battery. But the other option is to utilize the existing hole here, threaded hole, and just make a bracket that kind of comes around and squeezes down onto that little tab that sticks out of the battery. So give it some thought and be back momentarily. Alright, so let me show you what the solution is that I came up with here. I'm going to pull the battery platform out, which I did find that it made it a lot easier. So I just pulled out basically 3 bolts there, pretty easy. And I've bent up this bracket, as you can see. Found an old bolt lying around that fit inside of that threaded hole perfectly. You'll also notice that I actually cut out a bit more, kind of grooved this out a little, and you'll see why in a moment. But yeah, there is the shape of the bent bracket. So as I put this back down, if I line it up, the bracket kind of just sits on the top of this this bolt here, and there's a reason for that. As I put the clamp down to clamp the battery into place, which is what this hole is for, it needs something to brace on, because otherwise it basically just pushes this down and you can slide the battery out. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to get that the battery in there and we'll see how it works. So now I've got a nut on the bottom side here catching this. So I do need to hold it in place, but as it tightens down, it actually gets to a point where it starts to hold itself. pretty solid. It's not going anywhere. And the battery is rocking slightly, but the platform's not moving, and the battery, I can't pull it out. So there we go. Now to hook up the terminals and be done with it. All right, there we have it, folks. A full-size battery in an Ioniq electric. This is the Max 26RN from Everstart. These are a good battery. I've been using these batteries now for probably about 15 years or so, and they've been really good for me now. So they used to have a great warranty. It went on for like 9 years, and I guess people were abusing it, so they dropped their warranty down, but it's still a good battery. My last one lasted 7 years. And that was pretty damn good for a battery that was used in an off-road truck. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for future videos from Ed's Garage and also Ed's Garage at Merton Hyundai. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.